think Duke's trying to talk to us. He hear us? Or we can't hear him?
Didn't we used to be able
There
to
we
hear
go.
Dono?
Yeah, I know.
Um, we should be able to hear him.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Rubbing is Racing League
Oh, there he is.
presented by KB Motorsports here on the Team Duke Twitch channel. So, we are in our qualifying session at the moment, and as we can see, all these cars raced by the camera. They're all qualifying right now, so this will be our little bit of a pre-race show that we've got here. We're kind of in the midst of a big season here with only one race remaining after this before the playoffs next week. So here we are racing at Daytona. And man, oh man, is this going to be an exciting one. Daytona International Speedway, always an excellent race. And as we get some audio here from the cars, bringing that back up. We're going to get ready and we're going to talk about some of these drivers. So here is KSS BSS leading the charge right now as far as being ahead of everybody on the track. Of course, it is qualifying prior to the race actually starting. I didn't catch how many laps this qualifying session was, but it doesn't really make much of a difference. So we've got KS out front in this number 4 car that you can see leading the way in front of everybody, and after him we've got
Pushing you, Val.
we've got Scotty. So Scotty is running a little bit farther back in this session. Let's see what car this is.
Hold your line, got one
inside out right there, black car with the
I hit the wall.
numbers on the side there.
So it's good kind of rubbed a little bit into the wall. It's okay. I still got the draft.
We start the racing. So now we're looking at Kyle, who's sitting in second place on track right now in the number 6 car. And you know, you might recognize some of these drivers from the last time we did a broadcast.
On your
so
bumper, Kyle.
that is something that definitely is going to be key to know today is who is driving which car, because they're going to be going really fast around this racetrack and things are going to get a little bit wild. We're going to have to be guessing a little bit on the running order, and especially if we get any pit stops, which I suspect that we will today, get some pit stops at Daytona.
Where's everybody else? I'm out here.
Back at somebody who's a little bit newer to me.
I'm 4th. Where's everybody behind me?
He's running a little bit farther back right now, getting a big draft, however, off of Scotty in the 22. And we'll see if we can get a good look here. Great look at the car right there, number 57. And going through the corner real nice and smooth. And
push, Kyle.
We'll move on, and here's Volley, who is running that 14 car like usual. The red details on the front looking really good. Driving around this track. So as we watch these guys qualify around, it's a bit of a preview for the race. You know, a lot of drafting.
Push, Kyle.
Here at Daytona, like usual, and here's a good look at the 87 car of tin roof. Nice and simple design.
Inside, Kyle, inside.
Sneaks to the bottom of the 6 and kind of gives him his shoulder up the track right there.
I'm to you, KS. I'm going to push you.
Get up behind the number 4 car. And then here is
push, Kyle.
Eddie Eastlemp in this classic number 20 machine, like usual, always in the number 20 for Eddie. And this is a great looking race car. And he's out there all by himself during qualifying, old Jimmy Johnson style, sitting out there making sure that it doesn't mess up that car, make sure it can get over into the race. And now we're viewing my car in the pit lane. So we've gone through this whole field, and I've got
we were
list
hitting
of all
206 and
of
3-pack.
our teams, so we'll be able to keep an eye on who is where, and of course we've got a big battle in the point standings as well. So it seems like this qualifying session is.
I don't know where everybody was behind me, but it was a huge gap between me and the front 4, and then everybody else behind me. I didn't see anybody in my rearview mirror.
We'll get this lobby will end. We'll get qualifying results. Then everybody will load up into the race lobby, and we'll have 80 laps at Daytona today. And then following the race at Daytona, we're going to have a race at Eldora as well as a special feature. The second race of the night, and that is going to be just as much fun, if not more fun, than this race at Daytona. So stay tuned for that after the race at Daytona. So for now, we're going to let this thing work itself out, and we're going to figure out the qualifying results. Once we figure out the qualifying results, we'll be right back with you going green for the race at Daytona. See you then.
Because we're sponsors, bro.
You gonna get screenshots, Valley?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna
Wow.
try to stay in the back, FYI. It's really squirrely off the
All right,
corners.
you got it there, Valley.
Yeah, I'll get here in just a second.
Don't let anybody leave.
And outside.
Everybody fell out. You posted. It's in a track at Daytona at nighttime. And it's 50%. 2x wear. Cars disabled. Flags are relaxed yellow. State is enabled. Driving aids no. Custom subject yes. Damage on. And you put those where? Race results. Race results.
Did I really?
Yes, you did.
Wow.
Race
Is that
results.
points? Nice.
Where the hell's race results? Race announcements. Race results. There they are. I'm going to go ahead and create the lobby, and it looks like Tim. When you see the lobby, you can go in, and then I'll back out.
All right.
Yeah, I'm in.
Or I'm going in.
Okay.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay, I'm backing out. Kyle, you can go in. Let me know when you're in.
I'm in.
Okay, and then I'm going to go back in. And then we got Valley. Okay, and then we've got Eddie.
Going in.
Okay, and then we've got Body.
I'm in.
And then we've got Ryan. Oh, I didn't make this for fucking 8 laps, goddamn, or 8 freaking spots. Well, let's hope we don't get any stragglers. All right, I'm gonna unpause it. Riv, can you
Get rid of Dragon. Get rid of Nightmare.
Come on.
You might as well let it run. You know, I mean,
All right.
you don't let it run, we'll never get there.
Yeah, as soon as you boot him, just unpause it, Tim.
Hang on a second.
Oh yeah, you have to.
You got to get out. You're focused on the. You have to remove focus from the driver list.
Yeah. He has to remove focus from the driver's list.
Hit the
Okay, there we
hit
go.
the beat.
He has to get out of the driver's. Yeah.
Duke's not in here.
He'll
Good
come.
in here.
Yes, he's joining as a spectator.
There
There he is.
Okay.
All right.
There he goes. There we go.
There we go. All right, got it. Good luck.
All right.
It's gonna be tough to find friends. My whole team is not racing tonight. Thanks, guys. I'm sure I can count on. I'm not sure. He might have got stuck at work. I'm sure Kyle will help me.
Is that
He's a really
Desmond
nice
Hobley?
guy.
Are you talking
That's-
Desmond
yeah,
Hobley?
that's Joe.
So welcome back, everybody.
Yeah, sick.
We are here at Daytona International Speedway, ready to get 80 laps of racing in. Here in the Rubbing is Racing League, you can see the starting order. It won't matter for long here at Daytona. They're coming through the restart zone, and the green flag is in the air for the number 87 car of Tin Roof, who has gotten the pole for this race, and everybody spreads out. They're already 3 wide, 2 wide, almost. It could have been 4 wide, looking at them head on there. But it wasn't, and they're going to try to get into lanes here. The bottom lane is usually the preferred lane here
Inside,
at Daytona,
Kyle.
but we'll see if today they're able to make the top work a little bit better than it usually does. It might not, because there's contact in the back of the pack.
Looking inside now.
Couldn't quite tell exactly what happened there. Somebody came up off the bottom, somebody was in the wall, but it looks like we'll be okay, except we've got Birdman back there had an incident. He ended up in the wall at the end of the back straightaway. It was kind of odd because
I'm lagging.
there's
bad.
nobody around him, but anyway, he has fallen out of the draft here early in this thing, only on lap 1. We're moving on to lap 2 in this 80 lapper, and we've got to talk about the stages in this race. There's 3 total stages today in this one here at Daytona, and I believe, at least based on my single player experiment, that the stages are about 24 laps each, and the fuel window is also about 24 laps, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. There are manual cautions that can be called in this. Of course, we're going to hope that there are as few cautions as possible, and we're going to hope that the game calls the caution for these guys today. Meanwhile, as we were discussing all the intricate details of this race, we have seen a little bit of contact farther back in the pack, and now we see more contact with the wall. That's the 22 of Scotty, who has fallen back, and we'll see if Scotty can remain in the draft here. He's a little bit far back. I think that he'll be able to stay in the draft, though. So
Right on
everybody
your
has
bumper,
gone single
Kyle. I'm just
file
gonna
at this
push you. I'm
point.
not
We're on
gonna
lap
fight you.
3 here at Daytona, and we can finally catch our breath a little bit here as they all charge down the back straightaway. And the number 6 car, it remains in the lead. That is Kyle.
Careful, still there.
And this is really good so far for that 6 car. Out in front of our pole sitter in the 87
Pushing
for
you, Kyle.
now, at least. And I think that these guys are going to kind of just stay in line as soon as I say that.
Careful,
There's a little
still
bit of
there.
contact a little bit farther back. It was Eddie and it was KS who made some contact, swapped positions, and now they get back in the line all square. And Scotty still has not been able to make any ground. However, I don't believe he's losing. He might be losing some ground in this pack. It looks like he is. So, and then also Ryan Birdman is way far back right now. He's going to be very much
Say
so
hi, say
welcoming
hi.
that stage break as soon as we get it. So, for now, everybody remains single file. We might be mounting a charge. This 3rd place on back right here. Looks like maybe there could be a little bit of a
Still there.
drafting. There's a break between the
20 more
cars right
laps,
now.
no
It would
mistake.
allow the 87 to make a move and possibly not lose a position. However, it is a risky business to make a
Still
move
there.
around the outside. A bit of contact in the back. It's the 14 up into the wall. That's volley. I don't believe that's going to cause any big trouble for these guys. Oh man, they almost went double wide for the lead, but nothing quite yet.
Still there.
And the 14 tries to get to the outside of Eddie. It was really high, close to the wall. Maybe touched it a little bit. It's falling back now. That's the risk of going to the outside lane here at Daytona in NASCAR Heat 5. It's just a dangerous place to be. If you carry too much speed, if you enter at the wrong angle, you could end up hitting the wall right there. And there's not a lot of return on that risk. So we'll see how everybody handles that today. And I have already gotten myself in a situation where may have lost count of the laps, so we'll just see as we move on throughout this race to see what each lap brings. So for now,
Push, Kyle.
everybody single file on the back straightaway. We're watching Eddie, and a lot of people on the apron right there just went straight up into the corner. And now Eddie almost was able to get by KS on the bottom, but it wasn't enough. Had to back out. Falls back into fourth
Another
place
push
where
coming,
it's safe
Kyle.
and sound. Single file for now at this point in the race. So they cross the line again onto what I believe is lap 6. However, that could be wrong. I'm using my counter app here on my phone, Google Counters. Just click the plus button every single time by and hope it works. Oh, and we got a move for the lead right now. At least it was almost a move for the lead, and they ended up sorting it out. But they were side by side for just a moment. And meanwhile, we've got Eddie on the outside lane, who's trying to make a move. It's not going to be enough. He's got no help either. Volley's kind of in the middle groove, and everybody's gonna work it out and stay in the same positions. Here in this front pack,
Push, Kyle.
we've got an update on Scotty, who's fallen out of the draft, and of course Birdman still back there. Meanwhile, these guys furiously racing this top 5. They're all grouped together still, and Volley might be losing the draft just a little bit. He's gonna have to stay real tight in or hope for an issue like that. That's gonna bring Volley
Still
right
there?
back into it because Eddie fell back just a bit there.
Stay high up
Now
here.
Volley's actually going to get beside him. Not sure that was
You
the
got
best
room.
idea.
You're clear.
Possibly risk both of them losing the draft, but he does get by before the corner, so now they're going to be able to work together to gain, and I don't think they're far enough back to have lost the draft anyway, so that's good for those two. They're going to stay in the race here to try to win stage 1 of the race, and now the 87 moves to the outside with the help of the 4, but Volley's going to go to the bottom. Not going to be enough. They're going to cross over. And everybody stays in the same positions, and now Volley goes up after the 4 was swerving around a little bit on the front straightaway. At least that's what I saw, and now they're coming out of turn 2. I think I forgot to count the lap a couple times, so that's just how the day's going to be.
Lost
Car
connection
on
to
the
the
outside
server.
now.
Now we've got Eddie moving to the outside.
All clear.
There's just no help out there. As we've seen in this race, the 87 went up there, but he's fallen back down into second place. He vacated that position and got
Another push
right
coming,
back in it
Kyle.
without letting anybody else do anything to try to pass or make up any positions.
Hold your line.
Oh, and we got one in the wall. It's Volley, and then the 20 went up there and put him even more in the wall. We'll see how this works out to either of these two's favor or misfortune here. Oh man, they might get lucky again. Making a little bit of contact with the wall, but they're going to be close enough. They're going to have each other's help to possibly stay within this lead pack. Let's see, there's a little bit of movement up front. It looks like KS almost got there. And now we've got Eddie with a huge run on the outside. He's going to pass by the 4. He got blocked by the 87. There they are, and it's going to allow the 4 to get to the bottom. That's KS going for second place. Let's see, the 6 car is loving it. The 20 up in front, and now Volley's back in it, pushing the 4 car. Oh, and he hit the apron. He put the 87 up the track. That's Tin Roof, who has now moved from second place all the way to 4th and probably 5th after the 20 goes by. Wow, so that was quite the sequence of events right here. So now we've got KS in second place, following Kyle. And he is followed on the bottom by Volley, and then Eddie and Tin Roof are side by side for 4th. Tin Roof gets by on the bottom. Eddie is down to 5th place.
To you, Val.
That's how fast things can change here at Daytona. Just one little moment can change everything, like that little moment right there. Volley up the track. Not enough for anybody to make any big moves right there. And they're running like the middle of the racetrack. Nobody wants to touch that little yellow line.
Oh,
you got one below it right now. In fact, there's a lot of swerving going on. Eddie decided to get out of the way, and he's going to make up a position right there on the outside lane. Then he's going to go all the way to the outside. He's going to make contact with the wall. And that puts him all the way back to 5th.
Sorry about that, Val. I got a nose on you. I lifted.
That's pretty much the extent of the extent of how far back you'll fall if you make a little bit of a
Half
mistake
down,
here in
half
this
to go.
front pack.
This
Maybe
time
that's
by.
why we're seeing such intense racing up here, because
Got one peeking outside.
the loss
You got
really
room. You're
the
clear.
biggest risk is possibly losing that draft, but for now nobody has really lost it since Scotty early in this race. So see, we'll check back in with Scotty, and it looks like Scotty is
high,
in
careful.
turns 1 and 2 right
Clear high,
now,
bud.
and the pack is going into turn 3, so no immediate risk.
Wow, this is dicey.
Meanwhile, trying to find Ryan Birdman in the pits. That could
Car
be a
outside.
disconnection.
Outside, Val.
Maybe just a pit stop. We're looking at that race car as everybody comes charging by. Not
Stay
quite
low.
sure at the
All right,
moment.
you're clear.
However, back up front, we've got the 20 car. Maybe
Got a car
not
high
able
now.
to keep up with this group. Maybe
You're all
has
clear.
lost the draft. That might not be good, but tin roof up into the wall. So that'll help the 20 for sure.
Yeah.
So now the 20 is back up to 4th place. And Tin Roof going to be able to give a big push.
All right.
Birdman's still in the pits. That makes me feel
No,
like maybe
I lost them.
Birdman has disconnected from this
I see
race.
ya, but I don't know if I'm in the draft or not.
Do see that he's still in the voice chat though, so anyway, we'll put that story
I need
to
10
bed for
solid
now.
laps.
Kyle still
Concentrate.
leading this race. It's been dominant. There's been a lot of chaos behind, but as that rear bumper says, catch me if you can. Nobody's been able to catch him, or at least nobody's been able to pass him in this one to this point. He got out front and has stayed there thus far in this race here at Daytona, which is incredible because, you know, it's Daytona. You usually see a lot of lead changes, a lot of passing ability, and we'll see if maybe these guys behind could work together a little bit to get by that 6 car. But I feel like if we're looking at a situation later in the race and this 6 car gets out front, good luck everybody else, because he is tough to pass right now. Meanwhile, I believe it is safe to say at this moment that Tin Roof,
Outside.
and I'd say probably
All
lost
right, you're
his
clear
draft.
there.
So we're down to 4 cars in this front pack. Only about 10 laps to go. It could be plus or minus a few in this stage. I've got them 13 laps completed on lap 14 right now. Of course, that could be off by 2 or 3 just throughout all the action. So we'll see. And of course, my my little experiment with trying to see what the amount of stages were, or the amount of laps each stage was in single player, might have been wrong. Meanwhile, the 20 car has got a big
Car
run
high,
in the
careful there.
outside lane. He's going to take that run, try to get
All
by
right,
the
clear
14,
outside.
and he's going to end up in the wall because of it. But that's all right. The 4 is in the apron a little bit. We'll see if that hurts or helps. The 20, I don't know. It's fallen quite far behind again. Looks like he's going to be okay. He's still in the draft range. And the 4 goes up the track, and now Volley's going to get
Stay
low. They're
low,
side
stay
by
low.
side for second
Top
place, and
3,
that was
use
an
it if you
easy
need it.
pass after the 4 made a mistake on the corner entry, but with a huge head of steam, the 14 went to the outside. It wasn't enough, however, to get by Kyle. Man, oh man, there was a big moment of lag on my end right there, so that was shocking to see, but it looks like everybody's okay after that. The 14 remains in second place after a great move, taking advantage of a little mistake from the 4 car. And now we'll see if Volley can do anything. I think that everybody everybody has had their fair shot at second place. There's a little bit of contact between the 4 and the 14. And now the 4 up the track
All right,
after the
you're clear.
14 hit him into the wall a little bit, and there's contact behind them. What I was saying is I think that everybody in this front group has had their fair shot at second place, trying to pass Kyle, except for Eddie, I think. But nobody has been able to pass him yet.
Go top, we
So
pass
we'll see.
Kyle.
Car outside.
See what happens. 4 to the top side. This time with a better angle through the corner. It's going to be able to hold it up there.
Still there.
A little bit nerve-wracking with the 14 below moving around
room,
on this
you're clear there.
racetrack. And now the 20 is going to... Oh, I thought he was going to give some help to the 4, but looks like he won't. just wasn't enough room. So they're going to try again on the outside. I think that this could be a two versus two situation here. Yep, the 20 and the 4 go to the outside. They're going to try to make a move on these leaders, and oh, they get disconnected up there. The 20 goes low. I don't think it was intentional, but the 20 is going to gain a spot out of it through turns 1 and 2, and the 4 back to 4th place. Meanwhile, up front, Volley still has yet to be able to make a move on the 6 car. So we come down the back straightaway. We got the 4 car on the outside of this group, just trying anything desperately here late in this stage to try to figure this thing out, try to make something happen on the outside lane. There just isn't enough momentum. The 20 goes out there. The 14 goes up to block. The 20 cuts low.
Still there.
No move right there, but now Volley, with the help of the 20, might be able to pass Kyle, who hasn't been passed all day. Oh, but the 20 dumped him down to the bottom lane, and Volley is going to be stuck on the outside. There's a little bit of contact between them. That could open up the door for KS and the 4
Gotta hit the wall and had to
behind
go
them.
down.
We'll see. Oh, maybe a little bit. No, it wasn't enough. I think that he was below the line anyway, that 4 car, but he is going to remain in 3rd place after Volley goes from 2nd to 4th, and now KS, or Eddie, in the 20 is going to have the opportunity to maybe take a shot at the 6 car. He's going up the track. He decides against it right there. Not enough momentum. So he's going to stay right tucked in behind that 6 for now.
Still there.
Well, coming out of the corner.
Like Volley was in the wall right there. That was some big wall
Coming out of the
contact.
corner.
Nobody else was in the wall right there, so he's going to fall behind, and we'll see. The 20 is up the track. The 4 followed for a second, but makes it 3 wide. Falls in behind Kyle, and now is going to move up to 2nd place.
Oh, no help.
Through the corner, I believe he'll move up to 2nd place via the draft in the shorter track. We'll see if Volley is still within the draft limit. I don't know if he is. He might. He's right on that edge of not quite. Looks like he's gaining though, so he might have the draft still.
They go high, we get around it.
Boy, that'll be a big run once he catches up. And it looks like he is definitely catching up. So here he comes. We'll see if he's going to give that run to somebody. He's going to take it for himself. He's going to be forced to give it to the 20 because he's in the middle of the corner. When he catches up, and he's just going to push him down the back straightaway. Oh, and they're all right with each other, racing for 2nd place. This is incredible right here. They're 3 wide going into the corner pretty much. And now we've got the 4 leading the charge on the outside. The 14 on the bottom makes contact with those guys. Kyle still having a Sunday drive out front.
Still there.
I guess a Tuesday drive is what it really is.
You're clear.
Tuesday night at that. However,
Last lap. Hit your mark.
Volley is gone with his head of steam from catching up to the whole pack from 4th to possibly 1st. He's on the outside lane. Eddie is pushing. Now he's side by side for the lead. There's no help on the bottom.
Still there.
Who's it going to be? Volley or Kyle? They're screaming down the back straightaway, side by side, 2 by 2.
Still there.
And Volley has the edge at the timing line going into the corner, but he's not going to be clear, and there's help on the way on the bottom in the form of the 4 car.
Careful. Still there. Got one
Still
peeking
side by
inside.
side. It's not going to be enough after all for the outside lane.
Looking inside now.
Because Volley has fallen back all the way to 4th place now.
That'll get the job done, driver.
Oh, and I'll tell you what, I bet you that was the stage end, the way that those cars...
KS didn't get up our whip.
So that was the end of the stage. Boy, oh boy, they mounted quite the charge right there, but it is Kyle who ends up winning the stage after all, and man, I was far off on how many laps had been completed, unless, of course, my stage count was off. So now we're going to expect some pit stops here that could shake up the order, and we've got some new players in this race. We're going to have Scotty, who's back involved, and then, of course, Tin Roof, who will be back in this pack again. So Ryan has wrote in the chat here, informing a little bit of detail here. Internet is why he fell back on the first lap. He hit the brakes because it was too laggy, and then eventually disconnected. So that is that for Ryan, and thank you for the shout out there. Ryan, good to see you. And we'll be playing some Wreckfest soon, I promise. Meanwhile, we're about to head into stage 2 in this thing, so under the assumption that this is a 24-lap first stage, I'm going to add 3 laps
Coming to the
bring us
green,
to
driver. Ready?
lap 27 to start stage 2.
Got a car load now.
And that's how it's going to be. So,
Come on down, Scotty.
we're starting stage 2, and
Inside.
there they are. And that was quite the interesting start. I was kind of expecting more of a
Clear low, clear low.
charging start. However, that's not what it was. And
Inside.
we're watching Kyle and KS side by side for the lead. Neither of them have any help. The 20 might get there first. However, Scotty in the 22 is charging on the
Still
bottom
there?
now. So it looks like the bottom lane is going to get the help. That's going to maybe put the 6 out front, but none of them have got there yet. Yeah, there's just not enough help on the outside lane.
Careful,
So
still there.
Kyle will remain in the lead, and now Scotty in that 22 was able to stay on the lead lap after falling
right, you're
behind
clear.
and not having the draft for the majority of the first stage. He's now running in second place, and he's going for the lead on the bottom lane. It's not going to be enough. He gets shot to the outside. He's in the wall, in
All
fact.
right, you're clear there.
So he has fallen back to third and possibly farther back than that. And Tin Roof just never had a chance. On the start, he was just off pace for some reason there. He started in the back behind everybody. So now we've got 2 distinct groups and Tin Roof behind him. We've got the front 2, it's Kyle and Volley. Then after that, we've got Eddie, Scotty, and KS running in a 3-pack right there behind them. They're not very organized. The front 2 are a little bit more organized.
Tin Roof behind all of them. It's because KS is trying to pass Scotty on the outside lane. They're not able to separate each other. However, they're still gaining on this front group, who's having a little bit of problems now, trying to pass each other. Now the 20 goes to the outside, not going to be enough. Falls back in line, goes back out there again, and then falls back in the line. So that's the classic story of Daytona, trying to get out of line and get in line safely. So Scotty goes to the bottom of Eddie,
Still there, inside.
who stays to the
you're clear
outside,
there.
and is now going to get a little bit of help from KS. And KS dumps him, goes to the bottom, and now that's going to relegate Eddie back to 5th place. We've got a 5-car pack in stage 2. And now, according to my counter, which is probably 5 or 6 laps off at this point, we're on lap 30.
Got a car load now.
All right, that's Scotty to the bottom.
Got a car coming inside now.
So he's going to go up into 2nd place, and that puts Volley into the wall and all the way back to 5th place, and he is definitely going to lose the draft here. He'll say hello to Tin Roof as soon as he gets to him farther back, and this one group is now only 4 cars. 3 of them are in the wall at the same time. It's the 22 has made a move for the leader on the outside with a huge push after touching the wall maybe a little bit. But the two people who pushed him both hit the wall behind him after pushing him to the lead, and now we have a new leader for the first time in this race after the 6 has taken it. So now, put Scotty out front. The 6 going for the lead on the outside now, but it's not going to be enough. And we've got 2 groups of 2. Wait. Oh, now the 6 scooted to the bottom. Big mistake from the 22 to let him down there, but he's got his 2 buddies from the wall incident earlier to come and help him on the outside lane. We got 3 cars pushing on the outside again. And is this going to be a crash? It wasn't, but they have done an amazing job to not crash. Meanwhile, Kyle has taken the lead back from Scotty.
All right.
And then the 2 behind him have fallen off a little bit more. So that's KS, who's now behind Eddie, and I think the KS is out of the draft range here. Eddie might be close, and Volley's coming in for a pit stop. So we see the 14 rolling down the pit lane for a pit stop. Meanwhile, everybody else stays on the track, so we'll keep an eye on where that 14 car comes out of the pits. That could play a factor in the remainder of this stage and possibly the rest of the race if he goes a lap down. Of course, he'll get the free pass at the end of the stage, but if he goes a lap down, something else happens. That could cause for some problems. So we're watching the leaders here, and as they go by the pit lane, I haven't seen the 14 exit the pits. Yep, he's still sitting there in the pit lane. So that 14 repairing some damage, and now is exiting the pit lane. So a lap behind Bavali in the 14 in the second stage of this race. Meanwhile, looks like Eddie has been able to catch up to the front two. So now we've got a 3-car battle for the lead. Eddie has been trying the outside just as much as anybody else in this race today, and probably more often at that. He is just a monster out there trying to pass everybody he can, but it has yet to succeed. Of course, if you try it enough times, I'm sure one day he'll be able to do it. Scotty was able to do it earlier in this stint, so let's see if that is able to work for the 20. Man, nobody has been able to stay ahead of the 6-car today. Scotty had it for a minute, but immediately Kyle took it back. No question. He was not trying to save you. He's trying to lead this race. So now it's Kyle, Scotty, and Eddie.
Up, Scotty, up.
Lined up here, 1, 2, 3, and Eddie goes to the
Sorry,
outside.
I didn't hear you. We'll set it up.
Something that we've heard plenty of times in this race, Eddie to the outside. Oh, my. Oh, we're good, actually. Microphone issue, I don't. That's always a positive. Scotty went to the bottom. He's below the double yellow line. He's going to have to back off and scoot back in the line behind Kyle. And now they're running 3 distinctly different lanes down the back straightaway, as if they were 3 wide. They aren't
run me
side
down
by
there all
side,
night,
though,
Kyle, when I have my nose in there?
and they all fall back in the line.
Hey, KS, can you
Well,
back up to
absolutely
me? I can
track.
come help you. We
Well,
can get
Where
together.
are you, Dan?
I believe
I
we're on
can
lap
see you.
36.
I'm about 3 seconds behind you.
But that's probably wrong.
No,
3
It's not even might be
3.5.
wrong anymore. It's probably wrong.
I'm gaining, but it
They go
ain't
by
much.
so quickly.
I just looked at hot throttle, so
All right, get back on it. I'm coming.
So that's the 22 to the outside
don't
again,
slow up
trying
too
to
much.
make a move. He's got help possibly coming from the 20, but it's not going to be in time on the back straightaway. He tucks back in line. He's going to try again next time.
we're coming.
Ooh, so
That's
now here
fresh.
comes the help from the
Heading this
20.
way.
Let's see
Are you
what
full throttle,
happens
KS? Stay on it.
out of the
I'm
fourth
thinking
turn here at
gained on you.
Daytona. They're not even close enough to attempt to move right there. Oh, the 20 way up the track. Into the wall a little bit, it looked like, and that's going to allow Eddie to get by in second place.
Come
Not
back
sure
to
what
me
happened
just
there.
a
There
hair
might
more,
have been
KS.
some
I'll get
contact.
you
It didn't
in
look
about
like it
another lap.
from the angle I had. Scotty, however, was falling a little bit farther behind. That was maybe some big contact from Scotty, and now Eddie to the outside lane, trying to pass the leader. He's up beside him on his rear wheel. Don't think, wow, there he's actually ahead of him for just a second there. They're side by side through the corner. Neither of them have any help. Will Eddie be able to get a run out of the
Seconds
corner?
behind you.
We'll see, because here comes Scotty on the outside with a huge run. Who does he go with? He goes, oh, he went spinks to the bottom. He's going to push the 20, though. And the 6 led that lap, but I don't think it'll stay for long now that the 20 on the outside has some help from Scotty.
Inch your back a little bit more.
So he's
KS.
pushing
I
big
push
time
you.
back.
I just
Back to the front, Scotty is,
longer than I
and
want.
he's hoping he can push the 20 by the 6 and then following behind him in second place. However, they are still side by side, and now Eddie falls in straight ahead of the 6. That's a lead change, but he leaves Scotty out to dry on the outside lane. So now it's Eddie, Kyle, and then Scotty who helped Eddie take the lead, and welcome to first place, number 20. Wow, a great move, just great timing on the back straightaway from the 20, and then big time help from Scotty in the 22 has allowed him to take the lead.
All right, I got your draft,
You
KS.
have
Stay
that?
in it.
I have forgotten more times to click the counter button. So,
I'm to you.
boy, I had this big plan
I'm just
going
gonna
into this
push you.
race. I was going to
I
count
ain't
every
trying
lap.
to
It was
pass
going to
you.
be
Let's
nice
just
and
get
easy
up
because
there.
all the leaders would be grouped up. Little did I know.
10 to go.
Backstretch.
Now a big move to the outside. It wasn't enough though. It was the 6 and the 22 working together. I'm sure that the 22 would jump at the opportunity to try to get a little bit of vengeance against the 20 car. However, he's going to go with them again. He's going to get stuck helping him. Because Kyle went to the outside, and now Kyle is going to fall back to third, which I think is as far back as he's been all day today. He's still in this draft, though, and Scotty goes to the bottom. He hit the apron, he slid up, touched the 20, and then stays behind him. Wow. So as far as I know, they're on lap 39. Scotty goes to the outside.
Yeah, maybe I should pinch you down.
Oh, and now Kyle, so that Scotty going to the outside allowed Kyle to get to the bottom. So now Kyle back up in second place. We'll see what he can do from second place. He's had a car that only a couple people have been able to pass, and one so far has been able to pass and stay ahead of. So let's see if Kyle can do anything from second place. He won't be able to do anything down the back straightaway because the 22 is out there. Not letting him move. There, he jumps to the outside lane.
What are you doing down there?
I don't know if that was the right time. It let Scotty down to the bottom. Oh, there's a little bit of contact between the two of them. So now for second place, the 22 and the 6 are side by side, bumping and banging. As the league title says, rubbing is racing. So now Scotty goes high on the track, and that lets Kyle get down to the bottom. So they're just swapping that second place. Meanwhile, the 20 is just rolling ahead of him, and Kyle is going to have a big move now to the outside. He's got a big one. He's up beside him now. This is a similar situation. We've seen it before. So now Kyle is to the outside. Here comes the 22. Oh, but he just can't keep it out there long enough to stay through the corner beside him, so he has to fall back in behind. So as they cross the line there to what may or may not be lap 41. Could be 40, could be 38, could be 32. We just don't know. They stay single file here. Calm and orderly for now. Here at Daytona, we can do a little check on the drivers behind. Of course, there's Ryan, who was disconnected. Ted Wolf, who had a really bad go of it on the very beginning of this stage, the restart. And here's Kyle, who's gone to the outside lane, and he falls back to third place because the 22 has gotten to the bottom of him. So now they're still single file, 1, 2, 3, just another order. We're actually seeing KS in the pit here.
Huh?
Not sure if this is a scheduled stop or not for the 4. Let's see what happened to him. Probably in a couple laps we'll be able to make that determination. So now we're getting a sweet overhead view of this race for the lead. Man, oh man, and the 20 goes into the wall. He pushes the 6 into the wall because the 20, or the 22 went into the wall, my bad.
I didn't hit you there. My side, I didn't hit you.
Man, oh man, so that changes the dynamic of things because now, after a big amount of contact between all 3 of these leaders,
I don't hear what you said, KS.
the 22 and the 6 have fallen very far behind Eddie and the 20. And that's going to give a lot of breathing space for Eddie to try to stay out there and win this stage.
Your mic's trash, KS. I'm just pushing you.
I know it's coming up soon here. So the 22 and the 6 are going to have to work together. to try to get back to the 20. And they're going to have to hope that when they get back to him, they get back to him at a good spot. Because if they can on the straightaway, they'll be able to blow right by him. But if they catch him in the corner, that could be a different story. You try to go up the track in the middle of the corner, and that's going to hurt you. However, they're not going to work together at all. The 22, oh, maybe just got a little loose and went to the bottom. Let's check on the 4 of KS, who remains in pit stall. So that could be another retirement from this race that we're seeing. Meanwhile, let's ride along with Scotty here in the Gatorade number 22 car. As you can see, he's pushing that number 6, and they're gaining quickly on Eddie. "22 went up the track a little bit right there, as you can hear us all full throttle. Where are they going to catch him? Is it going to be on the straight or the corner? It looks like it might be the corner. The 22 doesn't want to wait and find out. He went to the outside lane. It's going to be this corner. Turns 3 and 4. We'll stay riding along with the 22. Where's he going to go? He went to the bottom. He had the opportunity to go 30 wide for a lead. He backed out of it, though. And they're not able to pass him as soon as they caught him. So now they're back in the same stalemate that they had prior.
Inside KS.
So now we'll ride on with Kyle. You see the back bumper of that number 20 car. Not been able to pass him since he took the lead. Just pushing, letting off a little bit there. Trying to maybe build up a run. But it is just so difficult to pass when you don't have much help here at Daytona.
White flag is in the air.
So this would be a good opportunity, and he's going to take it. Or at least try. Oh, and he snuck to the bottom. It wasn't enough. He wasn't able to get alongside him. Man, oh man, he had a great opportunity. He had a great opportunity, and I think that was the end of the stage because of the fact that they slowed down. It kind of spooked me a little bit, but that must have been the end of the stage. So Eddie takes the win of stage 2. So if the first stage ended at lap 24, we can reasonably assume that the second stage ended at lap 38. Who knows if that's even true or not? So I believe the next stage will start at lap 51. So we've got the caution, and that brings 10 moves back into this thing, and it should put the 14 of Volley back on the lead lap. So we're going to have 5 cars battling it out, trying to make it happen, because we've had 2 retirements in this race.
Yeah, I still didn't understand. I hope I did what you asked. That's all I can say.
31 laps on the final stage. All right, well, that's that. So, okay, so Cass wasn't in the pit. He was in the pit for me, so we'll see how that turns out at the beginning of the 3rd stage. Reset this counter.
Oops.
And I still
Starter has the green flag in his hand. Ready?
That's going to be interesting. We're
Still
now.
there
We're going to have
inside.
to move this lobby in a minute and get back into it. So that's all right. We see.
Careful,
now
still there.
We're watching this restart here, and everybody's scrambling around.
Careful, still there.
But Kyle on the outside is trying to get out there ahead of him. Tin Roof and Scotty down there pushing him on the bottom. No hold for the 6 on the outside lane. And he's in the wall, in fact, so he's falling way behind. That's KS. No, that's Volley down there. It's going to be able to get up behind that 6 car. All right, so as soon as they get going here, there's a big gain. I'm going to have to leave this lobby here and join back in so I can see all the cars.
Oh, careful, still there.
Sequence, hopefully, so
Oh.
stay tuned. We got a little bit of a break.
Oh.
In the action. Commercial
Sorry,
break.
Ken. A little messy.
I have more commercials to play.
That's right. I worked it out, man. We're good. I saw it happening, and I came up a little on my own,
you
so
never
we didn't.
notice how long the loading
get too
screens
hard.
are in this game until you really need them to be quick. All right.
Still there?
So we get a little bit of a lap update.
Oh, yeah, that was me, bro.
54 of 80.
Oh, shit.
Stay low, stay low.
Okay, that's
Guardians and the Rays are tied up now. And we've got all the cars back on the screen, this time including the number 4, who's in 3rd place. So that's excellent news. For me, we can see all 6 of these vehicles who are still in this race. None of them have lost the draft at this point. 4 moves to the outside, and he's falling back because he's on the outside, and that's Volley way down in the grass. Wow, so he's going to lose a little bit of time. I don't think it'll be enough for him to lose. It might be. It might be enough for him to lose the draft. We'll have to see. So Eddie remains the leader. We've got people in the grass right now. The 22 is
Sorry,
way up the
Scotty.
track of the wall. He collected the 4 as well. That'll allow Volley to catch back up. And they're side by side. The 22 doesn't
Me
look
and
super
KS were
happy
hooked up, now sliding.
with the 4. There was some shoulder checking there. And now we've got 2 groups of 3. And the first group is quite split up, so if this second group is able to work together, which it looks like they're not going to even attempt to work together here with the 4 going to the outside, but if they're able to work
Still
together,
there?
they could be able to make a move for the lead. Meanwhile, for the lead,
Top 3, use it if you need it.
outside lane, 10 roof below them now for second place. Nobody able to touch Eddie in the lead.
Why don't you
Say
get in
hi,
line,
say
man,
hi.
so we can catch him?
You know, I know that they told me how many laps it was, but I've already lost count. That's just how it is.
Say hi, say hi.
That's gotta leave. But we've been able to figure out when it was over every single time. So
Come on.
I don't think that that'll be an issue here in the final stage
Careful,
of the race.
still
And
there.
we may get some pit stops in this one.
You got
Because in
room,
fact,
you're clear.
It is that
Still
way.
there,
Now we've
inside.
moved the lead. It's
All
10 rows
clear.
going to the bottom. Eddie and Kyle with them. That's going to be an easy pass for the 2 of them. Eddie down to 3rd place. So with a big push from Kyle and a little bit of a bumper from the 87, it is a new leader. It's 10 Roof. After setting the pole for this race, falling behind in the first stage, falling behind in the second stage, now is back out front. This 87. And I'm sure that he's got something to prove after those first 2 stages. Knows that car is good enough to lead the race. Absolutely, it must be good enough to lead the race. And now they're making contact in second place, bouncing off each other down the back straightaway. And that's going to put Kyle up into the outside lane and let each other in the wall. Now,
I'm sitting
man,
duck now.
I wasn't there.
neither of them spun, and neither of them wrecked, but they're still
Got a car low now.
both at the
You
wall.
got room, you're clear.
And they're still in second and third, and that's going to let this group of 3 that's been kind of hanging out behind everybody catch up to them. On the outside lane is where they'll go.
Careful, still there.
Oh, man, that was risky right there. So now the leader is way out front. We've got a pack of cars racing for second
Say hi,
place. There's
say hi.
5 of them. I just saw KS
Sorry,
go
KS.
because Scotty made a really
Careful,
crazy
still
move.
there.
And Scotty's now going to go to the back of this big
Got one
big
down
pack.
low now.
And I have a feeling that as soon as these guys catch 10 Roof, it is going to
Got
be
one
a
peeking inside.
crazy moment with 10 Roof.
I wasn't backing up to get in behind you.
And a huge pack of cars catching up. So we'll stay with this pack of cars here.
Got a car high now. Clear high, bud.
In fact, we're going to watch from above.
Inside.
Kyle
You're clear all around there.
here in this pack. So you can see that
You gotta
four
come
car
and pit
getting
for
a good
gas.
drop through the corner. That's not going to be enough to make up any time here.
Got one peeking
They
outside.
are all single file down the back straightaway. Only 22 up the track again, man. That
Clear high,
right
clear
side of
high.
that car must be hurting up there in the wall.
quite a few times tonight, but he's still in this thing. And now they have almost caught that. Where are they going to go? They're on the straightaway. They go to the outside. That's Eddie in the 20
laps to
without
go.
from the 6 on the outside, but the 4 goes to the bottom. The 14 follows
gotta
on the
come and
bottom.
hit for
And now
gas.
Eddie has taken the lead. I can't even believe it because it didn't look like he had the momentum. The Kyle
You're
goes
all
up in the
clear up
wall
top.
on the 6. Boy, oh boy, it was crazy. At the moment that it happened, everything kind of
I'm gonna push you for a while, Eddie. I'm right behind you.
Eddie
Okay, I got
ends
you.
up out front again. So now we've got 4 cars. I'm sorry,
Car
5
high, careful
cars up front, leading the way.
All
And
right,
now
we
we've
need
got
fuel.
Volley
Let's
making a
pit
pit
now.
stop.
Slow down.
So this is probably a scheduled pit stop for Volley, but nobody comes with him. I'm not sure if that was the plan in this one for the 14, but he is going to be on the pit lane all by himself. He won't have any drafting help when he comes out of the pits, so he's going to have to hope that all these guys pit real soon before it is too late for him. So he's going to have to be he's going to have to get lucky here because these guys in the draft are going to be setting way faster lap times than he is. Kyle on the outside, it's not going to be enough. He falls back in. So let's see, does anybody pit here? That was an early pit stop.
Outside, Eddie.
Eddie went down like he might have
All right,
wanted
now,
to pit
dig,
there,
dig,
but I
dig.
think he was actually just defending that bottom lane from Tin Roof, who's going to the outside, and they're going to catch up to Volley, who's running on the bottom of the track.
Oh, gee.
Let's see what happens. He stays on the apron, and they go by, but the 6 is in the wall.
Bitch, man.
Everybody moving as high as they could to get away from that 14 car. And the 6 went in the wall, but it's not going to be enough to knock him out of this group. And I don't think that Volley is close enough, and definitely he is not. Man, oh man, that would have been great for him to be able to stay with this group. It would have been like a savior right there, because he would have been in the draft, but he's not going to have enough to stay with him. So he's just going to have to hope that there's
Outside, Eddie.
pits for these guys, or caution in this race to bring him back into it.
You're clear.
Oh, and it's the 22, and they split him! Coming out of the pits, my goodness! Didn't even notice that he had pitted, he was so far behind. And they had to split him on the outside and the inside to try to get by, and everybody makes it through. I believe that one of these cars hit the wall.
This draft is so
And that is inconsequential at this point.
Careful.
This was
Still
the
there.
contact
All clear.
during the day. Man, oh man, what a crazy thing. And now, Holly has some help from Scotty in the 22. So that is great news for the 14 car and all fans of him.
Here comes a big hit.
He's set pretty far behind in this race. Not sure if that's exactly how plan was supposed to work out for that team. Not completely sure. Meanwhile, Eddie stays out front, and now Tin Roof goes to the bottom. He touched the apron though, so he's not going to be able to make a move. And now it's going to let Kyle to the bottom of him. He got pushed below the yellow line there. Come back up in 3rd place. 9 pit stops here. Any lap could be the pit stop lap.
Jen,
What?
we need to do that, Jen.
Let's see,
What?
when is it going to happen? Nobody pitting this time.
Hit this time, and Roof. Next time around.
Jen, we need to pit this time.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Man.
So it remains out front here.
I'm trying to stay behind you, Valley.
20.
And at this point in the
Eddie,
race, it looks like
hitting this
Kyle
time.
is starting to fall
87
behind.
pitting.
Just a little bit. Looks like he's falling out of the draft. I'd say that this is a really good time for him to make his pit stop, considering how
20's
far
coming
he's
in. Coming in.
falling back now. Let's see, is anybody else? It looks like the 87 and 20. Everybody's going to make their pit stop right here. So that could save the 6 car. So everybody's coming in, and now Volley and Scotty are going to try to race around this track, charge hard to get by everybody, and pass there again. So keep an eye on that situation. Meanwhile, everybody in the pits, we're going to watch the race off pit lane here. Here they are. They're coming through turns 1 and 2.
Still there inside. You got room. You're clear there.
Kids in the pits.
Scotty and Valley down in the middle of the back straightaway. And
Tin roof coming out.
off the pit lane. So it
Coming
won't
out.
be enough. But and who was it that came out first? It's Kyle. No, it's KS with a huge lead over one of these guys. Kyle's still in the pit. Tin roof.
Kyle's excellent.
Oh man, this is going to be interesting. So Kyle coming off in the pit now. Scotty and
Got one
Valley
peeking outside.
Come back
still
to me
on
just a
track.
hair,
They're
Eddie,
not
if you
gonna
can.
You're clear.
It
Just a
is
touch.
KS, who has a huge
We're a
lead
little
on
bit too
everybody.
much separated.
Just double checking that. In fact, he is the one.
All right, I'll
So,
have your draft.
It's
Get on it.
KS, then Eddie, then
Yeah.
Tin Roof, then Kyle.
Let me come by,
and
let me come
Valley
by.
And Scotty. Valley and Scotty are close enough to Kyle that they're probably going to catch him here and be able to work with him. And they're going to
got
be
my
the
draft?
only two really in the draft.
Yeah, I got you.
Other than
Okay.
Eddie and Tin Roof here. But they're not really closing in on each other, so I don't know if there's enough time left in this race for them to do anything with the fact that they have got 3 cars in the draft.
Top 3, use it if you need it.
Daytona, it can happen. But they've got 3 cars in the draft, and they're going to be making a ton of time over all these other cars and the race. Meanwhile, KS, they've got to be feeling so good about that strategy call, whatever it was,
Nice.
that got him the lead. And by so much, too. He is way out ahead. Oh, but he touched the wall a little bit. Maybe that was just on my screen, but yeah, you got to keep that thing in the middle of the track. Yeah, these 3 back here probably putting up some amazing lap times. Just the 3 of them racing together, and of course, we've got a pack of 2 cars. It's Eddie and Tin Roof. But I'm
Got
not
one
sure if
peeking
anybody's
outside.
gonna be able to get
Top 3, use it if you need
the
it.
KS. He is way ahead. He's a little straightaway ahead of these guys in 2nd and 3rd.
Stay towards the
I
bottom
might have
line and we'll
enough time.
catch him.
See
That's the
where-
fight.
Ooh, yeah, the group of 3 is about half the
Passing it
track behind the leader, so I don't think that they're going to have enough time. However, Tin and Eddie in 2nd and 3rd, they might have enough time. If they're able to work together here, they could catch KS. He's leading this race by a ton.
Outside. All right, you're clear there.
Yeah, so they've been gaining time here. And they come down the back straightaway into turn 3, this Tin Roof and
Inside.
Eddie combo.
All right, you're clear.
They're just riding around the track here, trying to gain time. That's all they can do after the pit cycle. So KS is coming
Got a
out
car
of
low
turn
now.
We got this
two.
tin
All right,
roof.
time
Just
to go.
wipe the rust
Inside,
off and
move
we'll get
forward.
there.
He is
Bottom's clear.
coming out of turn 2, and then it's Eddie coming out of turn 2 with the help of Tin Roof. So they're gaining a little bit of rhythm, but they're not able to stay very well connected to each other. That's kind of the big problem. That group of 3 seems to be making a little bit better time, but certainly I don't think it'll be enough. I think that they will need a caution to have a shot in this one. So we'll keep an eye on KS.
Got one up top. You're clear all around there.
We can watch from in front of his car looking back to see exactly how big that gap is, and it certainly does look insurmountable from from this view. Just little specks running behind him on the track.
We made up a second on it. It's not going to be enough, though.
All right, all out.
And we'll be able to get an idea of how well these 2 are working together just by this onboard shot from the 20 car. Yeah, and it just doesn't look like they're able to stay connected.
9 seconds behind third.
Oh, it's 20 touches the apron a little bit there. Yeah, so that's the thing. I mean, they're gaining a little bit just by virtue of having the draft, but they haven't been doing a fantastic job staying together and continuing to push. However, you might have enough to be able to catch that sixth. You know, from this view, it looks like it's a more promising view of that, or of the fourth car. My bad. It's out ahead. Yeah, they're still pushing here, so. This race is coming down to the wire.
I think he was going faster when I was in front, Tim Groove.
Not something you
You're
have
probably
super
right.
often.
We're gonna lose time if we swap though. We're almost to KS.
Yeah, they're getting time. And
We made up
excellent
another
strategy.
second. It's not going to be
Ron
on lap.
Carroll
Well, they got it all
allowed them to
faster
have a
now.
huge
We must
lead
get in his.
at this point in the race. Now we're just riding of Eddie, seeing how fast they're going to gain. Oh, and on my screen, the 4 has disappeared. However,
Got one peeking
last time
inside.
that happened, it wasn't
Sorry,
true.
sorry, guys. Let's get in line.
Still there.
So I'm going to take the precaution of leaving this thing and jumping back into it. So we'll see that the intensity just gets higher and higher every time. Meanwhile, baseball update. It's the bottom of the ninth between the Rays and the Guardians, and they're still tied at 4. That's the best bit of sporting I can give you right now. I think it may have been a grand slam from Tampa Bay that put them up 4-1, but
Still there.
it's come back. All right. Okay. Well, I'm at 75.
I'm trying, Valley. You can get
So
that.
that's good to know. From the lobby, we've got 75 out of 80 is what we're on. So when we come back, we'll be able to
5 laps to go.
to deduce what they are. So it was lap 75 in the lobby, and then straight away, and they caught up to the 4 car, and now they're side by
Careful.
side for
Still
the
there.
lead.
You got room. You're clear there.
And the 20 is taking it just in time for me to be back in this thing. The 20 takes the lead. So now what happens here? Does Tin Roof help the 4? Somehow the 20 car came from 3rd on the grid as they were catching up and drove by both of them to take the lead. And I believe that puts us on what could be lap 77 of this 80 lapper. Let's see, it's coming out of the wire. I've got a better idea of what lap it is. Man, and the 20 car has been unstoppable out front today. So let's see what happens here. Does the 87 help the 4? The 4 to the outside, but he's going to the bottom. Tin Roof is to help the 20. So KS on the outside by himself, and Tin Roof helping the 20 get by. So the 20 car stays ahead, and we're approaching lap 78. That's 77 laps completed at the line. We're on lap 78 now. So now we've got the situation. It looked like AS might have tapped the wall right there. He's going to stay in the draft, at least want to. So now we've got a 3-car race for the win. The other 3-car pack not nearly close enough to make anything happen in the rest of this race. So it's between these 3 horses up front. And it is 3 of the 4 manufacturers in this series represented. We've got a Dodge on the field. Kind of neat. So that's lap 79. So that, I believe, is the 2 to go signal. It could be the white flag, however. I believe it is 2 to go, though.
2 laps left.
So
Take off.
what happens here? I'm sure we'll be able to see based on the intensity of these drivers and how they're able to make moves and what they decide to do. So the 87 has got to be getting desperate here, trying to go to either side. You can see it. Just antsy to try to make a move, and now the 4 goes to the outside, but the 87 gave him a little bit of a shoulder check, saying, hey, we got to work together if we want to win this
Stay
thing.
high up there.
The 20 car, like I said, has just been unstoppable in front of everybody here today. He just almost made a mistake, but it wasn't enough for the 87. So now the race is not over. I believe this is the last lap. Eddie leading the way. So what's going to happen? He goes up the track a little bit. And you got to scarcely open up that bottom lane, because if you open it too much, the 87 can get down there, and he almost did right there. He's going to jump to the top. He jumps back to the bottom. They're both swerving in opposite directions down the back straightaway. The FIA would really hate that, but this is NASCAR. So we're all benefit on the back straightaway at Daytona. And there it is, the 87 goes to the top, and he's going to chop low. He chops back up to the top. They're side by side, coming to the line. The 4 is going to help the 87. Who's going to get it at the line? It's rewind.
Holy shit.
Golly.
Holy shit, guys. That was a hell of a finish.
That's a great run today for a top
It looked
5.
like it could have been the 87, but honestly,
That's my first win in the league.
Meanwhile,
Did you
behind
jump
him,
in?
That was good.
I don't think it was that close between the others, but we hadn't switched over in time. Man, what a finish it was here at Daytona after a long race with some pit stops
Holy
involved,
shit,
some
that was
great
close.
strategies from some other
200 of a
I'm
drivers.
glad
second.
I got that. Glad I got that OBS.
Wow.
Oh, it was 2,000th of a second, but I don't know who
I was a
won.
little rough on your right side door, Eddie, but I thought that was still pretty clean.
Yeah, it's all right. I should have moved up and blocked it a little bit earlier, but it was a good win.
Thank you very much.
Guys,
So
everybody,
Tin Roof wins the race.
good break.
The line just barely on an outside
Thank
move. Wow, an incredible finish here at Daytona in the Williams Racing League. So, well, if you liked that, surely you'll like what's coming next at Eldora in the Extreme Dirt Tour. That's one of the premier dirt tracks in America. And here's, you can see the best lap time. So we got the best lap time at 43.96, an incredible lap time from that race. However, we're going to take a little bit of a break here. I'm going to get some water, and we're going to try to
Nice job, 10.
after that epic finish at Daytona.
Thanks, Scotty.
We're
Hey,
geared
sorry
for
about
Eldora
when I joined
in
you. Me
just
and
a
KS
few
were kind of hooked
minutes
up,
here.
and I was
So
a little bit
everybody,
sideways, and
stay tuned.
I couldn't
I
fix
pushed
it,
you.
man.
I pushed you to that win, freaking 10.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not going to be doing the dirt. I'm exhausted. Good race, guys. Sorry if whoever I banged into. Nothing was
I'm
deliberate.
sorry to you too, Scotty. I feel bad.
Good win, man.
Thanks,
I wish
man.
I could have seen the finish, but
Maybe I'll cut a highlight out of my tape and I'll put it up on my Twitch. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
It was
do
like
that. I
photo
like-
finish, all three of us.
yeah, I mean, you're all with what 5
All right,
hundredths
now,
of a
be
second
smart out
apart.
there. Going green. Almost
Three,
ready.
You guys were thousands of a
The
second.
green flag is in
All right,
the
good
air.
night, guys.
Take care, man.
Nice little break here. That was a gnarly race. That was a good freaking race tonight.
Yeah, I figured if I moved to the top of the block, you'd go down to the bottom and have it for sure. But you was just a little bit fast enough to get it.
I'll be back in a minute or two.
Yep, take 5. That was a damn good race. There's some intense shit going on up there in the front those last 3 laps, I'll tell you. Some intense shit going on that entire damn front end up there for the first couple stages. What happened, Kyle? I said there was some intense shit going on up in the front first couple stages, too. Oh, yeah.
That surprised me how the car just went right to the top sometimes.
That was a good race. That was fun. That was a lot of fun, actually. One of the better times I've had at Daytona. I'm out. Yeah, I'll have fun. You're not doing dirt, Kyle? No. Oh, good. You were gonna get beat anyways. Oh, what?
Well, have a nice evening, Kyle. Thanks for coming. All right. Right on.
I changed to a different network. It hopefully will work better.
So, how does qualifying or how does the start look for positions with people leaving?
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, I'll be last.
Hello,
Wow, that was an early race. Fuck.
dude. That was awesome. Did you get second or third? Where'd you come in?
Who?
You, KS.
I came in third.
Okay.
Eddie was
We
down
were
below, and I
we
pushed
were
it.
so bunched up. It was hard to tell. I didn't even think I had it.
You got it. I didn't think you got it until I saw the results.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I had you there, but didn't end that way.
It was close. What'd you say, Val? 2/100ths of a second? 2/1000ths. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, we was almost right across at the same time, wasn't it?
All right, we are going to be going to Eldora night, race length 100, and tire wear 2x. A cars disabled, flags are on relaxed, stages are enabled. Driving no. Set up yes, damage on. Okay. What is it? Is everybody back?
Yeah.
Everybody's back, right? So I can go ahead and start this lobby. Okay, so as soon as you see it 10, you can go ahead and go in.
Is this for points for all of you guys?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, I know.
Okay.
I don't want to wreck anyone that's going for points, as I'm not. So.
Lobby's up. Nobody. I'm waiting for 10.
I'm here.
Go ahead and jump in the lobby.
Oh, it's
Yeah, you can first.
oh, that's right.
All right, I'm gonna back out. 10, that'll make the lobby yours, and then Eddie can jump in.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay, and then I'm coming in, and I don't know who's after that.
Cool.
Okay. Shit.
Uh,
Got you rubbing against my leg while I'm trying to drive is not gonna work.
Oopsie.
Get him 10. Good job.
Oh, I always pressed the wrong button to. What gets me back?
I think yeah, the back button. Maybe your X or your B.
There it is.
Okay. Now, there we go. And here we go. Good luck, guys. Here we go.
So everybody, welcome back. And after a total thriller at Daytona, we are here at Eldora in Ohio for the second race of the night. The Whiskey
Coming to the green, driver.
Rubbing his racing
Almost
league.
ready now.
Straight into it.
Hammer down.
Roof on the pole, and there's the green flag. So it's a 100 lapper tonight. No cautions. Well, there might be cautions, but there is stages as well. And Tin Roof has gotten a great start. He's out ahead for now. It is a lot tougher to keep track of these cars.
Stay low.
Man, oh man, what a difference of event.
All right, clear outside.
Not get to change people. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I just connected already.
Back in the package. In fact, the 27 right now has a situation. The 57 Ryan Birdman out of the race already. Probably due to some of that same lag that caused him to be out of the first
Clear
race.
down low.
So trying again, not going to be successful tonight for Ryan. That is unfortunate. We would have loved to see him race a little bit today, but it just won't happen. Unless, of course, it is on my side. However, for now, we can't ignore the fact that
you got room. You're clear.
We've got a battle for the lead between the 87 and the 27. 27 run in the bottom to great success takes the lead.
Wow, that's fast.
So that's Eddie at the 27.
Clear low.
We were noticing prior that he is classically in the 20, so we've got the same design here, different number in the Extreme Dirt
Wow,
Tour.
that's fast.
He has taken the lead away.
All right, clear low.
So behind them, we've got
Excellent lap there. Good job.
14. And then after that,
All right, you're clear.
KS in the number 4. That's all we've got. So currently Eddie leading the way, and he's kind of moved up the track a little bit.
Clear
He's
low.
in the middle of on this end, he's closer to the bottom. He's not very good here at Eldora.
Wow,
Just
that's
too close to the
fast.
track to really see really what's going on. A little bit of F1 style camera work.
All right, clear low.
Just not enough to see what's happening. So that's all right. We'll power through it as they all come out of the corner, completing that lap. So that car,
You're all clear on the bottom there.
it's a little bit in the corner where that car sits retired from the race. There it is.
20 laps to go.
Great spot for this car. As you can see, everybody flying by.
You got room. You're clear.
Ryan has come into the chat here, said felt really good about Eldora, and then thanks to college Wi-Fi, he is out of this race. So hey,
Clear low.
it happens to the best of them sometimes. And meanwhile, while we were watching what happened to him, we've been missing a little bit of a battle for second place. It's kind of fizzling out now between the 87 and the 14.
All right, you're clear there.
All these guys pretty much in lockstep right now in the beginning part of this race. They'll come flying through the corner. None of them really running the very bottom of this.
All right, you're clear there.
Obviously, they found some speed higher up. Eddie's been running the closest to the bottom as far as I can tell. So I'm going to get a better him. Let's go on board with some of these drivers to see where they're driving. We're watching KS here in 4th place. He's running pretty close to the bottom. In fact, he's spinning and he hit the inside wall. And it was
Half
just
down, half to go. This time by.
Because it immediately brought him back to where he was.
All right, you're clear there.
Oh, and you know, I think that maybe for them, they've started to figure out that that car is either not where it is on my screen for them, or it's able to be driven through. So scratch all that.
You got room. You're clear.
57 being in the way, I believe it might not be in the way after all. Take a ride with Volley, see what his line is all about. Here at Eldora, he's running about 3/4 up the racetrack and chops low. And
All right, you're clear.
Through Ryan's car, so I believe that maybe it's just a visual difference for me and Ryan's car being out of the track. So all good for these drivers. Have a completely cleared out track to be able to race.
All right, you're clear there.
You can see by this onboard that Volley's starting to catch Tin Roof a little bit. He gained a lot of time right there off the corner. Man, he drove up and he almost hit the wall, but he does keep all that time he gained. He is driving a great race right now to be able to catch up to Tin Roof like that. Got out of rhythm a little bit there. So
Last 10 laps, you got to focus.
Blocking his line.
You're clear all around there.
Boy, what a battle we've got here. Watch from the chase cam. Volley's number 14 machine.
You got room. You're clear.
Side by side
Car there
down
on the
straightaway.
outside.
Oh, and there's a little bit of contact between Volley and the 87, and now Volley gets to the bottom of him.
Keep
He's
hitting
gonna
your mark.
drive away.
You'll keep getting
So
better.
put the 14 up into second place. That's a dangerous vehicle right now.
All clear.
Very good around this short track at Eldora. So will he be able to make a charge on Eddie, who has been in the lead, and after a heartbreaking end at Daytona, Volley losing to Tin Roof just by two very time I believe it was thousands, or it could have been hundreds. But he lost by only about an inch. So
You got room. You're clear there.
total heartbreak for Eddie, and now he is leading the way, picking up where he had been for most of that Daytona race.
5 to go. This time by.
Now we've got a battle behind. This is for third place now. Tin Roof falling to the 4 car. So that's KS who has taken third place away from Tin Roof. And at the end of this run, Tin Roof has really started to fall off those lap times, allowing people to get by. So long run speed for the 87 is not there right now here at Eldora in the Extreme Dirt Tour. Meanwhile, Eddie looks good at the short run,
Clear all around.
medium run, and of course the long run right now. But I think that of them, the best right now on the long run has got to be Volley. He is just
2 to go, driver.
He's got a great line.
Bottom clear.
We'll ride on board with him for a couple laps here. In fact, let's ride with
White
KS.
flag is in the air.
Third place, we'll be able to see both those two leaders from this end. And as you can see, the line kind of changes per lap. Oh, but
That'll
Volley
earn
in the
you
wall.
a few stage
That's
points.
gonna let the 4 get low. Oh, and that must have been the end of the stage right there, because everybody has slowed up. So the end of the stage has come very quickly here at Eldora in this 100 lapper. So Eddie has won the first stage here at Eldora. We've got only 4 vehicles that remain in this race. However, that is plenty enough to have some fun here at Eldora. So we'll get ready for the beginning of the next.
No, we're
As soon
good.
as they can make some adjustments here. I don't believe
No,
they
it was.
won't have to
You
put
hit me
any fuel
square
in.
in the
They won't
door.
have
It
to
was
change their
fine.
tires. They have the option to at the stage break. However, it's not completely necessary. Sometimes you might want to. Maybe you think that those tires have worn just a little bit, but we might not. We'll never know if they
We're
actually
going
do
green.
that or not, or what they do. Of course,
Ready?
there's some cars that might have had some damage. Meanwhile, they come through the restart
All
zone.
right,
and
you're
take the
clear.
green flag
Hold your
for
line,
the
got one
second
inside.
stage, and
You got
already
room,
87
you're
up the
clear.
track to 27 in the middle of the track, and everybody is beating and banging, and Volley how fast he was at the end of the stage. So now it's Volley, KS, Eddie, and Tin Roof.
All right, you're clear there.
Almost completely shifted around. So now Eddie is trying to get back in front of the 4, but he had a little bit of difficulty there. I'm not sure if he was actually spinning out and crashing or not. In fact, it was not
You're clear all around there.
crashing and spinning like we saw on our screen, but he makes it. He's still in 3rd place. He didn't make the move there. There was a little bit of contact, I'm sure of it, after what we saw on the broadcast. But Volley remains
all right, you're clear there.
here at Eldora after a crazy beginning to stage 2. So Eddie won the first stage, and now in the second stage, Volley has been able to start ahead, and he slides to that corner a little bit too much. I think he only lost time there. It looked significantly worse on our end than it did in the actual race. So let's change the camera up a little bit. We're going to watch from 4th place Tin Roof because
all right, you're clear.
Place. And it looks like Eddie is going to be able to use the bottom lane here to get ahead, but KS sweeps back low, puts the 27
We got 20 more laps
for 2nd place. So the 4 car got past and then passed back again, using a lot of aggression here to keep 2nd place. So that was some excellent racing between those
Clear down low.
those 2 drivers right there. Meanwhile, Volley is loving it, just driving away from them in this
Excellent
stage.
lap there. Good job. Clear low, clear low.
Tin Roof right here. He's on a pretty consistent line, kind of starting out in the middle there and sliding through the corner and then chopping low. It's a pretty good line here around Eldora. This end, he's starting to
Bottom's clear.
But then he does the same chop low thing. I think that's a great strategy. Get that straight run off the corner, allow those tires to grip up and touch the wall over that impact at this point. We've got a battle for 2nd place. We're going to ride along with Eddie here. See what he's doing differently to be able to try to catch KS because he won that first stage, so we know that he's got a fast car. He's been doing
Excellent lap there. Good job.
running that line, and it looked like KS touched the wall a little bit there. Eddie indecisive about what line he wanted to run, so he chooses the middle. It's a little bit wiggly on our screen. I don't think that actually happened on his end. He's still behind. I know that if he can get past KS, he might
You got room. You're clear.
They're falling behind every lap. They continue racing each other like this, so it's always just loving it. These 2 are in a battle, locked in a battle here for 2nd place.
All clear.
We'll watch from behind KS. See what kind of line he's running. He's looking really smooth around this place.
Clear low, clear low.
Just in the middle. He runs the middle all the way around the corner and down the straightaways. He is staying directly in the middle, a little bit lower through what is turns 3 and 4.
You got room. You're clear there.
Consistent line all the way through. This time he chopped low a little bit. You get up, there's a little bit of banking.
I need 10 solid laps. Concentrate.
Banking on the outside lane, of course, in the corners. But on the straightaways,
All right, you're clear there.
as well. So you kind of want to use that as a little bit of a launch pad to get down into the corner, let your car roll down, and then help that rotate you through the entire corner, especially in truck city.
You're all clear on the bottom there.
Here in the extreme dirt tour, it's really these cars made for dirt, and they're significantly
That was a better lap.
faster than the trucks. So it's completely different.
You're all clear on the bottom there.
Extreme dirt tour. But it's a ball game that Volley has all figured out. Because he is absolutely
All clear.
So the 14 remains ahead. This is smooth and steady for him, driving away forever.
Clear low there.
Focusing on these other drivers during this stage. It seems like all the positions have kind of evened out here. 27.
5 laps to go.
Staying in 3rd place. Him and
Clear down low.
These guys just heading off that, but still struggling with long run speed. That number 87 machine.
That was a great lap.
However, 4 and the 27 locked in a battle.
All right, you're clear.
14 driving away from everybody. So we're watching this battle between 27 and 4. We're specifically watching 4 car.
All right, you're clear.
Just still running that consistent middle line all the way around this place. Really great job. 27.
White flag, next time by.
After that domination in the first stage, 27 took the lead, and similar to his run at Daytona.
All right, you're clear there.
Catch him or pass him in that first stage, but here at Eldora, once they got by him in the restart, he has not been able to catch them.
One more to go.
So it is quite the thing.
Clear all around there.
Stage of this race, and just waiting for it to close out and get another restart. That could, based on what we've seen so far in this race, that restart could be the most important part.
He took that stage. Good job.
And I believe the 4 car. Okay, so it looks like that is the end of the stage here. So congratulations to Volley. But KS moving down into the pit lane, that could prove problematic for this broadcast, because we saw that at Daytona. This broadcast is having some problems with the 4 car. So we will see. Don't want to miss the restart though, so we're gonna have to hope for the best. Maybe he'll come back on the track in a miracle. We'll see. All right, looks like he didn't. So we're gonna watch this restart.
Coming to the green, driver.
The 4 car is
Be ready here.
The outside lane of the first row, so we'll see the 14 drive away, and an invisible.
Got a car high now.
Remember, is in this race next to him. We don't know where he is now. Oh, there might have been some.
Got one peeking inside. You got room. You're clear.
Like 14, as far as we can tell, is ahead of everybody right now. We will restart this
Inside.
in just a moment.
Clear low, bud.
But the 14 goes around and the 87 around, and it's actually
All right,
just
you're
a
clear.
broadcast error. But they are side by side between the 87 and the 27, and the 27 down in the wall. Let's see if it's real. It wasn't. Oh boy. All right.
You got room. You're clear there.
Getting really bad now. Everybody's spinning out every lap. We're gonna back out. Catch our breath. Back out. Get a baseball update. Our lobby reset baseball update. Guardians.
You got room. You're clear.
Four runs each. End of the 10th. Complete. Go another inning.
Go ahead, Eddie. Go get him.
Progressive field.
I'm trash here.
Clear low, bud.
Thank you. You're done good.
On lap 68 of 100. Pop that in the counter.
You got room. You're clear.
All right, we're back in the race. Watching Tim Roof, who had the pole. We see Eddie, and now we see KS, and he is the
Bottom
leader
clear.
after all that, but he is getting all bothered by the
Car
14 on
outside.
the bottom lane, and there's a little bit of contact between the two of them. These two teammates side by
All
side.
right, you're clear there.
owners of the lead, racing it out.
Clear low.
for the win.
Got
Hell,
one
here at
peeking
Eldora.
inside. All right, you're
there's
clear.
Big contact
Inside.
between the two of them. The 14 up into the wall, and now the 4 is taking the lead. Two very different lines around this track right now.
All clear.
4 took the way outside. And
Looking
14
inside
took the
now.
way inside.
All right, you're clear.
Wow,
Inside,
there's more
inside.
contact between them. What an excellent
All
race we've
clear.
got between the two of them, and down the straightaway they're beating and banging.
Clear low
Oh
there.
my goodness, every corner they're hitting
Got
each
one
other.
down low now.
What an awesome event, and who's in third place? None other than Eddie, who is going to try to reap the benefit of this. And was that a real spin? It wasn't. But the 14 does fall back a little bit. So now the 14 in second place. Clear on all sides in second place, might I add. And the 4 is leading. So that's KS and Volley who've been battling that. Just ahead of Eddie.
You got room. You're clear there.
Now, on KS to maybe make a move for the win. It looks like he will be able to. He is definitely gaining time.
They've got plenty of time left in this race to work it out, and the 14 goes around. Was it real? I think it was real because he is still trying to get back around. So Volley all the way down to 4th place after spinning out from contact with his teammate racing for the lead. Hold on. Is it true? I think it might be true. But now we see the 14 ahead of the 4, so I don't know. Did he just lose enough time to be all the way back there, or what we just what we saw? We never saw him teleport.
Careful, still there. You got room. You're clear.
What a situation we have here. Because there is no leaderboard, and there's no way to tell if the 14 has fallen all the way back, so this is an interesting situation. I believe that KS, however, is in the lead at this point in the race. After a big spin from Volley.
We've got 20 or less.
And remember how fast Volley was in this race, but I don't think he's fast enough to drive all the way up the track. And past that 4 car again. Nobody's been able to make that much time today. Although now that he's in what some may call clean air, he's starting to
clear down low
away from that 4 car. So we're all pretty spread out now, regardless of who the leader actually is.
Low's clear.
I won't doubt myself too much on this matter. I think that it is KS in the lead. Now he just happens to be behind the 14, who has fallen all the way back. It was quite the spin. It was in a bad spot. He was facing straight towards the wall.
You're all clear on the bottom there.
So we'll see. They're about to be locked in a little bit of a battle here. Seems regardless of if they're leading or not. I mean, there isn't much other action on this racetrack. We've got Tim Roof back here all by himself. We've got Eddie
got a car coming inside now. You got room. You're clear.
We're coming to the close of this thing. So we're watching that 14 car. He's running the bottom. He slides up to the top lane out of the corner, and it lets the 4 gain a little bit of time on him. So we'll see what happens. Oh, and KS just smashed the wall coming out of the corner.
Clear down low.
So we'll watch this thing from the view of KS. Here's the camera mounted on his roof. On the 14 slid there, it actually wasn't real, so perception may not be reality here in the broadcast form of NASCAR Heat 5. Really smooth through the corner for KS. Hear that throttle control, really great job. He went to the outside, chopped all the way low, a great run out of the corner is what he gets from that. And he does it again.
You're clear all around there.
Through here, he's trying to chase down Volley. Oh, and there's... Oh, it's actually just crazy. What the heck? Just the lag is absolutely wild in this broadcast. It was the 14 slid a little bit there, and then the 4 crashed into it, and they both went into the wall, and then just teleported all the way back to where they were actually running at the racetrack. We're finding out that the broadcast does not handle extreme dirt tour very well, and in fact might be too extreme for NASCAR Heat 5's purposes here. And we've got what could be another lap car just ahead. I would say that that's Tin Roof up there. You can reasonably assume that it is Tin Roof, considering he is in what I believe to be 3rd or 4 right now. So that could be another position for Votto, unless he's the one leading the race. In which case, this is an intense battle for the lead. But KS is, the broadcast just struggling a little bit. won't know until the end what truly happened. But whatever it was,
Time to
it was
go.
an
This time
intense
back.
battle. An excellent battle between the 14 and the 4.
You got room. You're clear.
Whether Valley got the lead or ended up spinning and going all the way back to 4th base, I do not know at this moment, but regardless, it was intense.
Clear all around.
Warner's trying to catch him as if he's trying to get the lead. So, I mean, it is very possible that
Clear low.
KS is still racing to try to get the lead here.
Two laps to go.
Got a camera fixed on the 14 now. We'll find out. We'll find out eventually if he's the leader or not.
All right, let's go. White flag.
Maybe around 15 laps left in this one, by my my terrible estimation.
All right, top 5.
So it seems like you ended up in 4th. All right, great to know. That's a caution. So that's a great update we have. So it was in fact a big spin on the 14, and now I believe that we are under caution. Unless that was the end of it. So
That was the end of it.
that was the end of it. So I was way off on my lap count, and KS gets the win at Eldora. So man, oh man, got all turned
Nice work,
around in
KS.
that one. But KS gets the win after an incredible battle with his teammate Volley that led to Volley spinning out. And man, oh man, if that battle had continued for the rest of the race, it would have been intense. And it was intense while it was happening, but it turned out pretty good for KS, who was able to drive away with an easy win once Volley had fallen back after the spin. In fact, KS had the fastest lap in that race. And that is that for tonight. So both races pretty good there. We saw some great racing at Daytona and, of course, an excellent finish. And then once we got to Eldora, there was some very intense racing there, and they just put on a complete show in the beginning of the 3rd stage before Volley spun out, and of course that led to KS getting the win. So winners tonight, Tin Roof and KS at both Daytona and Eldora. They did a great job tonight, and a great job of everybody at KV Motorsports putting on a great league here for us to watch and enjoy. And I'll say until next time, folks, we'll see you around. Thanks for watching tonight on the Team Duke Twitch channel. And until then, truck yeah.
Thanks to Duke. Thanks to Duke.
Thank you, Duke.
Thanks. Done a good job.
Yeah. Excellent job. That's a long time to be just out the top, dude. You can do it well. Absolutely. It keeps me engaged. Otherwise, I would fall asleep. But that was awesome. Oh, is he? Let's undeafen him. Wow, good run.
Sorry, I deafened there. I deafened myself, and then it was all the tabs everywhere. But anyway,
Yeah,
yeah. Too bad about the end of that Eldora race. I honestly had no idea. No, so the thing is, and you'll see it. It was just that it wasn't handling the dirt cars very well because they're so sideways and all the time and all that. And what was happening was it was kind of like every once in a while they'd come together and they'd crash, like completely crash, flipping and spinning and in the wall, and then they'd teleport back. Yeah, exactly. So it was that it was just tough to tell exactly what happened. But when you spun out, like for real, I was on your car and it stayed where it was, and that was different than any other time. So that's why I thought. But when it switched back to KS, you were in front of him, and I was like, wait a second, that's what happens when it lags. So, yeah. So I had it right, but I had to kind of play it safe there. And then, of course, I had literally no idea what lap it was. They were flying by. I wasn't able to keep track. So,
Man, that felt like old SRX. It did a lot.
yeah. You guys streaming it? Are you streaming it, Ollie? Okay, I should have pulled that up. I should have asked before, but I never. Okay, gotcha. Great. So next time I'll definitely pull up one of those, and then that'll help a ton to know what lap it is and what's going on there. So,
Dude, you made you made a dude. Thank you a lot. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure thing.
Do that again.
Yeah, we'll have to do.
Yeah, I do.
It worked out all right though. So, all right, cool. Well, then
Yeah.
we'll see everybody next time.
You know, it was really good about the dirt race. Was that real? Was that real? I think that might have been real. Was that real?
Yeah. I'll upload it to YouTube, the replay of it, and I'll share the link with you. But it's available to watch on my Twitch right now. So,
Sure. Excellent. I'll be watching it later. That was so much fun. All right.
have a good night, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Bye.
Good, buddy. Wow, that was fucking intense, guys.
Yeah, it was.
Fuck yeah, dude. You freaking come down past it. Yeah, dude. You passed me, dude. I'm all no, man. Not the way I've been running Eldora. I got Well, I did a crossover. I did a crossover back down below you, and freaking when it freaking went down to the bottom, dude. I was holding on to that thing freaking as tight as I could, not to make it let it go up, but it just did. There was nothing I could do. But you know, man, that was just so much fucking fun, dude. From Daytona to fucking Eldora, that was perfect. That was a perfect fucking race tonight. Yeah, that would make a really, really good playoff freaking race. Yeah. And those shit, I tend to wonder what that's going to do to points. That would be interesting. Wait, where'd you finish in Daytona? Fifth. So we we got so we got in Daytona we got first, second, third, and fifth. By the way.
Wow.
We had a 2-point lead, so freaking we just gained another freaking was intense, man. That was so much fun.